Hello, Jacob. This will be some Week 7 video feedback for you, mostly about Milestone 2, but I'll be looking at the Week 7 discussion board too. Jacob, you've accomplished a lot. I know it's a hard process, and especially for those of us who are not exposed to HTML or CSS. But you've done a number of things. You've been able to refer to an external style sheet. I see that up here in your code. You've been able to place images and upload them, quite an accomplishment. You've been able to create a navigation from an unnoted list, also in your code, up here somewhere, or down here somewhere. Here we go. And you have been able to secure a domain, which is all things that if you continue in this path, you will need to know how to do. You've used the corporate palette too, I see, and some of the corporate assets, their imagery. You created some placeholder child pages. I guess the next thing would be to add some content. On your menu, you could upload a PDF. Now you can do that, but you have to upload it with the href being data, I think. Or you could just make JPEGs or PNGs of your print menu, if you made one, assuming you made one in an earlier class, as many students here have, but some have not. But no matter, maybe add some content to your child pages if you can. Now your text, I know many of us are struggling with formatting text, web text particularly. It has its quirks. And the good news is, you've got text there. I see it's from week 2. I see that in your code from your annotations. Try to use padding or whatever's necessary. I don't know if you've mastered the div tags or the container tags yet, but try to use some padding so that the type doesn't run quite so close to the edge of the screen. And if you can, try to limit your line length to, say, no more than 50 characters per line, because the eye gets very tired of reading long lines like this. It's difficult to do when you want your website to be flexible and accessible, but it's something good to consider. So I don't have too much more to say about this. You've proficiently met most of the rubric requirements. You can take a look at that to compare. And if you have any questions or if I can help you in the next week, don't hesitate to communicate. Actually, Jacob, before I leave you, I wanted to acknowledge your browser testing as well as your submission of your wireframes. And so here is your wireframes rough, which you resubmitted. These are really clean and perfect for what perfect for what wireframes are meant to be. And by that I mean skeletal and the most general indications of placement, and nothing too specific about typography or so forth. Nonetheless, it's always good to make maybe a more detailed sketch, and I may have suggested that to you earlier. Now, the other submission was the visual sitemap. Also, a very nice job on this too. I can see what we're aiming towards. This might have been a little ambitious, but not possible for you to accomplish, I think, with your skill set at this point. But a layered site like this, it might be wise to revise this for this particular project, if in the future you wanted to refine it. Jacob, am I missing screenshots of your code validation? If so, just please redirect me. Good job.